Welcome back to Good Morning ASEAN. Now let's have a look at investing in Cambodia as the Taiwan's ASEAN Commercial Bank has announced plan to acquire a 70% stake in Cambodia's Union Commercial Bank or UCB for $69.33. The acquisition will take place once certain procedures in the contract are implemented, according to a statement by ASEAN's Taiwan-listed parent, ASEAN Financial Holding or ESFH, on the Taiwan Stock Exchange website. ASEAN had planned to open its own branch in Cambodia after receiving the green light from Taiwan's financial regulatory body last year. However, it decides instead to buy a stake in UCB, noting that the Cambodian bank shares similar ideas about business development. UCB had $330 million in assets as of December last year, making it Cambodia's 8th largest bank with a 3.2% market share. UCB was founded in 1994. According to its annual reports, its net profit after tax in 2011 was $4.48 million, which is more than 4 times that in 2010, but slightly less than 2009's $4.56 million. It is the latest local lender to be acquired by a foreign bank. ANZ Royal Chief Executive Grant Nucky said that this trend was not uncommon for an emerging market such as Cambodia that had a growing number of opportunities from the perspective of foreign banks. However, he said that Taiwanese banks have a natural customer base there, and as many Taiwanese companies are already operating there.
The Jakarta Globe reported that Bukit Asam, an Indonesian state-owned coal mining company, plans to invest $80 million in Myanmar coal-fired power plant in Myanmar. Well, the proposed plant will be the biggest of its kind in the country, the biggest economy in Southeast Asia. It has not yet been announced where the mine will be located. Speaking to the Jakarta Globe, Bukit Asam's corporate secretary, Choko Pramono, said this energy project has a capacity of 400 megawatts. There is already a research team doing a feasibility study on it. According to the report, Indonesian Minister Dahlan Iskan said there are currently 15 Indonesian state-owned firms eyeing Myanmar for business expansion. Well, last November, Indonesian Foreign Minister Martin Legawa visited Myanmar on a fact-finding visit for ASEAN.
And now let's update on the situation in Sabah, or the safe zone. As the Eastern Sabah safety zone, ESS zone, in Malaysia to prevent incursions and ensure the security of the state came into effect yesterday. According to Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, who announced the setting up of the zone, said it would cover the Eastern District Kudat, Kota Maruda, Pitas Beluran, Sandakan, Kinabatangan, Lahad Datu, Kunak, and Semporna and Tavu. The zone will be administered by a committee. Sabah Chief Minister Musa Aman has been appointed the ESS Zone Committee Chairman. Najib Razak said in his speech during the 206 Police Day celebrations held at the Police Training Academy that he will be assisted by a Chief Executive Officer and other members to be announced later. Malaysian security forces have been conducting operations in the east coast of Sabah over the weeks to flush out a group of Zulu gunmen from the area. The group of southern Philippines had been holed up in Kampung Tandau since February 9.
But next we have analysis with our executive editor, Khanthong. He interviewed the business and economic reporter of Bhutan's national daily, Mr. Nidup Gyeltshen, about the gross national happiness of the country.
The modern economy, money is the measurement of everything.
Right.
We measure the progress of a country in terms of national economic development by the income growth, earnings growth, how much money you make.
Right.
But in Bhutan, the country where you come from, there is another measurement that is happiness, and you have come up with the famous gross national happiness index.
Right.
And can you tell us, about this concept?
Well, the concept of gross national happiness has been debated and discussed a lot in the global forums. And it's probably a good thing because more discussions and more debates would only lead to refining the principles of GNH. To answer to your questions about the concept of GNH in essence is delivering happiness to people. But how do we do that? By providing people, by providing an environment in which people can be happy.
So money is not the factor in
money
this case?
Is not the factor, yeah.
Money is one of the factors.
Money is one of the factors.
Not all of the factors.
Yes, so you can see there are 4 pillars of GNH. So
First one.
So we make an environment in which people can be happy, and that has to be based on the 4 pillars of GNH. And they are good governance, economic development, protection of culture, and conservation of environment. And again, here it has to be balanced. We cannot have rapid economic development on one hand and no protection of culture or environment on the other hand.
But the 4 pillars that you have mentioned all would have to be driven by money, isn't it?
Well, you are right, but let me tell you that when we talk about GNH and when we talk about GDP, these are 2 different things. GDP measures economic development purely by giving it a number value, and recent literatures about GDP tells us that it is a flawed way of measuring economic growth. But when you talk about GNH, we measure people's happiness. We do not measure people's economic prosperity, for that matter. But economic prosperity is one element when we measure GNH. So that's why we have economic development as one of the important pillars of measuring GNH.
But do you think that the majority of the Bhutan people understand this concept?
Well, as I told you, many people, almost everyone knows about GNH in Bhutan. But at the same time, there has been a lot of criticisms. There has been a lot of debates and discussions.
Because the last time that I talked to you mentioned about the economic difficulties that Bhutan is now facing. How come that your country, a small size with a population of about 700,000 people, and a very small economy, and very good environment, very self-sufficient, and then how come you are facing economic difficulties, but at the same time you already have the gross national happiness index already?
Yes, that's why.
Isn't this contradictory?
It is actually contradictory. That's why I was telling you that it has to be balanced. The economic situation the country is going through today is purely because people's consumption level has increased rapidly. And as I told you, we cannot have increased economic development on one hand and no protection of culture on the other hand. So everything has to be balanced. It's like what they follow in Buddhism, the middle path. So that is very important.
Okay. So the way out is to reduce consumption, reduce indebtedness, and to go back to the middle path.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, last for today we have well within, and it's actually I had interviewed a professor. She has created a new kind of meditations and also gets exercise at the same time. And she believes that once you breathe correctly, it will result from internal to the outside, and the cells are happy. So let's have a look in well within today. Welcome to Well Within, a program that will update you everything you need to know about health from top to toe and from the inside through the outside. And for today, we're going to relax ourselves with meditation. But not any kind of meditation. It is called SKT meditation. It is also a kind of therapy for the body, soul, and mind. And some positions can also be done while being on a bus. This kind of meditation with therapy is called SKT meditation, developed by Dr. Somporn Triamchaisi. The practice aims to create balance in the body. It is believed that being able to control the 6 senses, which are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch and movement is a successful method to improve nervous system.
SKT is the right protection of Mahidol University. We developed this we call innovations, meditation exercise. So we combine both the basic knowledge of any religious and basic science related to neurology. So SKT is a meditation exercise we developed from SKT1 to SKT7. From SKT1, we try to regulate the cranial 12 pairs of cranial nerves. So for the SKT1 is the lowest exercise, the technique. So for the SKT1, we control the cranial nerve. We can control cranial nerves 6 pairs to 8 pairs. So the total of our cranial nerves we have 12 pairs. But for the SKT1, we can control 6 to 8 pairs.
Cranial nerves are nerves that emerge directly from the brain in contrast to spinal nerves, which emerge from segments of the spinal cord. In humans, there are traditionally 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Each pair of cranial nerves control a specific target.
For example, in case of chronic chronic illness, diabetes mellitus, or cancer, or maybe the somebody who got sick, maybe the endocrine diseases. So for the internal organs, we have no modality to promote them to get exercise. But in case if you can regulate or you stimulate cranial nerve number 1, your inside organs can get exercise. As well. So the meaning of exercise is we call anaerobic exercise. So for the regularly, for normally, in the world, we did exercise as aerobic. So that we use oxygen consumption to burn the energy. But for the anaerobic exercise, you use cells respiration to reduce energy consumption inside your body.
The SKT is an exercise combined between meditation and breathing techniques, yoga, Qigong exercises, and stretching. Practicing SKT will stimulate cells inside the body and reflect it through the outside, resulting in good physical and mind.
Since 1991, we will develop this modality by using some basic knowledge of many religions. And then after that, we found that the outcome of our meditation, you will get the first step of the outcome is you get a relaxation. The meaning of relaxation just relax your body, but you didn't get any others. The others benefit, for example, neurotransmitter, the functions as a medication. So after we found the modalities, we can regulate the releases of the excretions of neurotransmitter, any types of neurotransmitter in our body. So when compared to the functions of neurotransmitter as a medication, that the physician or you can buy the drug from the pharmaceutical company or something like this. So that's why the benefit of this technique I think is higher, and you can improve both outside and inside your body. That's it.
Patients will concentrate on what they are doing and learn on how to control to breathe correctly. There are 1 to 7 levels of SKT therapy. Higher levels can also be practiced. The movements aim to help treat patients with chronic diseases, reducing cholesterol level, reducing high blood pressure level for a better living condition. Next week, we're going to have a look at some of the SKT movement as well as its benefits. Till then, see you next Tuesday. For now, สวัสดีค่ะ